just about everything, there's a big two. Basketball has Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Rap has Kendrick Lamar and Drake. YouTube has Mr. Beast and me. But for protein bar companies, there's Pure Protein and Quest, the big dogs. But which one is actually better? I'm curious, so over the next 6 days, I'm going to try 3 bars from each. I'll be rating it on macros and taste. After that, I'll take the average of the 3 bars, compare the 2 brands, so that I can finally crown Pure Protein or Quest as the king of protein bars. Okay, so we need to go grab the protein bars. We're gonna go to a store, buy them. I only need to buy the Quest bars though, because my mom already bought that big pack from Costco of the Pure Protein bars, so shout out mom for that. So we're just gonna go grab some Quest bars right now, and I'll update you when we have secured them.
A few moments later.
Okay, bars secured. Guys, 1 bar was $5.
Oh hell no! That's hell no!
Guys, my minimum wage job is not good enough for this.
Later.
We got some protein bars. Alright, so I thought I'd walk you through the bars that I have chosen for this video. Starting off with Pure Protein, we have the chocolate peanut butter. We got the chocolate deluxe. And then finally we have the chewy chocolate chip. Now these are all found in the Costco variety pack. Like I said before, my mom bought it, so I'm gonna use those. And they seem like pretty staple flavors, so I'm good with that. In terms of Quest bars, I got 3 that basically just sounded the best. We have the apple pie bar, we have the Quest Overload, they're called, the Sunday Funday flavor, and finally the strawberry shortcake. And by the way, to anyone saying I should have just gotten the classic bars like these and not the Quest Overload bars because they're a different thing or whatever, what I say to that is too bad. Because if I'm going to be spending 15 bucks on protein bars here, I kind of want it to taste good.
12 seconds later.
Okay, it's day 1, which means it's our first protein bar, and we have the Pure Protein Chocolate Deluxe. Looking at the macros, we have 180 calories for 21 grams of protein and 2 grams of fiber. That's honestly some pretty good macros, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. But macros only get you so far. Let's see how this thing tastes. Alright, it's honestly pretty chewy, but I honestly kind of like that because it kind of reminds me of a brownie, and I like my brownies to be dense. When it comes down to taste, obviously I am getting a little bit of a protein bar aftertaste, but I think that's kind of inevitable. Overall, I really enjoyed it. Will I go back and buy it again? Try it again? Yes. I think it's honestly worth it. If you like that chocolate taste, you will love this. Okay, for overall scoring of the Chocolate Deluxe, I'm going to give the macros a 9 out of 10 and the taste a 7.5 out of 10.
Day 2.
Alright everybody, day 2, we're not going to go back to Pure Protein. Today we have Quest Apple Pie. Now, I chose apple pie because I love apple pie. And for $5 freaking, this better taste like my grandmother's homemade apple pie. In terms of macros, this bar has 170 calories for 20 grams of protein and 13 grams of fiber. My lord, my toilet is going to be destroyed after this. But ultimately, who cares about macros if it tastes like absolute garbage? So let's try it. That was more difficult than it needed to be to pull this thing out of the package. Anyways, let's try this thing. So overall for scoring, the macros are going to get a slight edge on the Chocolate Deluxe because of the added fiber. So I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. And then for taste, it's honestly pretty solid. It's as close as you're going to get for a protein bar to taste like an apple pie. So I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Day 3.
As we all know, new day brings a new protein bar. We're back to pure protein today. And we have the chocolate peanut butter. I have tried this one before. It's pretty gas, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at our macros here, 190 calories, 20 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fiber. This bar might be the best pure protein bar I've had in terms of taste. It tastes like a protein version of a Reese's Cup. It also has these little Rice Krispie additions on the inside that add a whole nother level. The macros, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It is worse than the 2 bars we've had before. And the taste, I'm going 9 out of 10.
Day 4.
Okay, you guys know the deal by now. New day, new protein bar. We're back to Quest today, and today's choice is the Quest Overload Sunday Fun Day. I think this is the one I'm most excited for. It sounds the best. Unfortunately, the macros are a little bit of a step down from the 3 past bars. 210 calories for only 20 grams of protein. Obviously, that's still not terrible, but it's just worse in comparison to the other ones that we've had. Let's pull this bad boy out of the package and see how she looks. Alright, this is what it looks like. It looks really good, honestly. It has that chocolate little drizzle, and it also has some sprinkled on top, which is pretty cool. I don't want to wait any longer, so let's give this thing a try. Now, like I mentioned before, the macros are a step down, especially for Quest bars. So overall for macros, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. For taste, while it did taste good, I didn't really get that ice cream sundae flavor vibe. I got more of just straight white chocolate. It still tasted pretty good, but I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 just because it's really not that accurate.
Tomorrow.
I am cold. Guys, I don't know why it's so cold in my house right now, but it's brutal. But you know what will make me feel better? Nice protein bar. We got the chewy chocolate chip today. It has the exact same macros as the chocolate peanut butter bar. 190 calories, 20 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fiber. It also looks exactly like the other pure protein bars. Although I will say it looks a lot like my toilet after I ate that 20 gram of fiber Quest bar. Really solid bar overall. Like I said, the macros are the same as the chocolate peanut butter, so it'll get the same score of 7.5 out of 10. And for the taste, it had a pretty strong caramel taste, which I really enjoyed. It also had little chocolate chips on the inside. So overall, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
1 eternity later.
It's a sad day, everybody. We have our last protein bar today, but we're ending it off on a banger. We have the strawberry shortcake bar. This honestly sounds really good. Macros are also pretty good. 200 calories, 20 grams of protein, and 10 grams of fiber. That looks pretty good as well. It looks similar to the Quest Overload bars. Let's give it a try and eat that cake. Guys, I'm not even kidding. That is the best protein bar I have ever tasted. Doesn't taste anything like a protein bar. Straight candy bar. Life-changing stuff right here. No glaze. I'm just saying it how it is. Yeah, it's safe to say that this was absolutely delicious. But just looking at the macros here, very solid as well. Like I said, solid 8 out of 10. But for taste, oh my days. If I could give this higher than a 10, I would. But just for the sake of this, I'm going to give it a solid 10 out of 10.
3 weeks later.
Everybody, the results are in. For pure protein, taking the average of all the macros brings it to a solid 8 out of 10. For taste, the average also brings it to an 8 out of 10. Now when it comes down to Quest, the average of the macros, you guessed it, also come down to an 8 out of 10. But for the taste, the average comes down to a 9 out of 10. So which one should you spend your money on? If you're looking for the best tasting protein bars, Quest is your best bet. But if you're just looking for macros and don't care too much about the taste, I would go with pure protein as it is a little more affordable. At the end of the day, just go with whichever one you like more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It did take a while to record and edit, so I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. It would help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one.